Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. We have something special for you today. In a recent meditation, the discussion was wandered into the area of transmutation. And we being myself, Laura, and my two moderators, Tess and Julie, realized that there are different ways people transmute energy. And we didn't want to assume that you weren't aware of some of them, and this is not all there is to it. But we're going to share, because we three people have a very close connection and different ways of transmuting energy. And we wanted to share those with you so that you could consider them and maybe do a little research of your own afterwards and find out what other ways are out there. So first up, I'd like to hand the mic over to Tess Castro, who wants to share some of the ways that she transmutes energy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I thought I would fill you in on how I use crystals and occasionally incense to help me. This is, here it is. This is my handmade sticks that I got off Amazon, frankincense. And when I burn these, it does clear the room of any energy. It helps me in my meditations, or even if I'm just working on something at the computer or reading for leisure. It really helps me feel like I've cleared the room of the energy. It's actually also antimicrobial, so it's good for your room. It gets rid of germs. But over the past 2 years, I've gotten to know a lot of different crystals, and I work with them constantly. One is black obsidian. If you want a screenshot later, that's how it's spelled. It is very good from studying encyclopedias, it protects against pain, negativity, hostility. It's perfect for psychic defense. It aids in digestion. You can actually put this in a glass of water, let it sit a while, because obsidian doesn't, some crystals you can't put in water, understand, but this one you can. It's not going to break down. You take the crystal out, you drink the water, it'll help your circulation and your digestion. It also is good for pets that have anxiety. If they don't like thunderstorms, you could get put it on a collar around a dog. If it's a small breed and they get excited, or if they bark a lot, it's very good and helpful for that. Another crystal that I'm fond of, I wear it a lot, is the amethyst. The amethyst, here's how amethyst is spelled. It relieves headaches. It gets rid of tension. It helps you with insomnia. These are things that will bring down your vibration. They will actually depress you, in other words. You don't know if you're absorbing other people's energy or you're just getting depressed. This will help boost your hormones. It's good for your metabolism, your immune system. It heals the lungs. It's good for the skin. And like I said, it's good for digestive. So this also you could place in water for, I would say, 3 hours. This is a raw one. I don't know that you'd want to put a whole raw one because it's got the crust around it. Get one of the smoothed ones that I bought. You could get 5 of these for less than $10. Tumbled stones, you can get them on the Zani kind of website or anywhere that sells crystals. Another one that I'm fond of, and it's not the size of the crystal either, folks. This is green aventurine, which this one's small because I like the Merkaba shape. And I got 5 or 6 of these for all the chakras for $8. It's not the size of the crystal, it's the intention. You're the one that gives the crystal its power, it's your vibration. With it, it accentuates things. This is good for calmness when you're in anger or irritation. It promotes well-being. It regenerates the heart. This is actually the heart chakra. It represents the green is for the heart. I think it's anti-inflammatory. It can also be placed in water. It soothes migraines. If you have a migraine, place it on your forehead. It's good for the skin if you have an eruption, like suddenly I have an ingrown hair on my face that occasionally becomes bigger or enlarged. I place it there and it actually goes down. It's an anti-inflammatory. Take it from me. It's good for allergies. It's good for the lungs, the sinuses. These are things that help me keep my vibration a little higher. And that's almost all of it. The last one is apophyllite. I just found out about this one from Commander Aeolian. Julie knows this fella. This is very good for, where did I put what it's good for? Helps you prioritize. It induces a meditative state and it neutralizes allergies. It helps asthma and gives you mental clarity. So that may be a little to the side of what Laura had brought out, but it does help you with negative energy, helps you transmute it. You can transmute it with crystals. That's how I use them. I use them to better myself, to bring up my vibe. So for me, that's about my little tidbits for today. I'm sure Julie has some great advice too, though, right, Julie?
Oh, thank you, Tess. I learned a lot from you, so thank you. Hey, so we're learning, and these are just things we're sharing with each other that might help one another. You know, we're lifting each other. It's all about learning and growing together. And so we just I think you said something so important, Tess, and that is keeping a high vibration. So that is key to help incorporate all this, because if we're not in high, or we try the best we can, then it will just really expound on these things. So keep that in mind, to pull in the high vibration, the happy music, or just meditation, or deep breathing, or go on little walks. But for me, I just wanted to share something that I learned through trauma. It came from trauma based, and just through a lot of pain, a lot of self isolation, and things like that. So I was living in a hospital with my husband when he was in intensive care for like 3 years. I never left the hospital. I was always in that dark, muggy atmosphere, and it was suffocating. And there was a time I just had to get outside. I had to go out and breathe fresh air, of course. It's essential. And what happened with me is the pain that I was experiencing, and the trauma that had happened in our life, where everything just turned upside down in an instant. That's the thing. We don't plan for trauma. We don't plan for pain. But I went outside and I did a little bit of walking and breathing and just trying to collect myself. But as I got out in nature, I felt like almost like a pull towards the trees, like, come and release to us. Come, and we want to hear your story. Please tell us what's wrong. Tell us, share with us. And it was just weird. It was like a little wind pull to me. And I just started sitting at the feet, at the roots. And I just started of course, just releasing is the first thing we have to do. We have to release. And it's not bad to release. What's bad when the dogma around that is to stay there. But it's good to release that penned up pain, if it's physical pain or mental pain or whatever kind of pain, or worry or bills or whatever. So I had my talks with the trees, and I would sit on the roots, and I would just kind of, touch the earth, and just kind of sit there, and maybe reach over and touch the flowers. But with that, I felt just a little spark of something that I'd never experienced before. And so I became wanting to do that more and more, as much as I could, to get out and touch nature and communicate to it back and forth. Because if we can talk and say, hey, beautiful flower, you're sure looking pretty today, or thank you for the sunshine on my face, just small little things, you'll find that if you pause, you'll get a message back. And that's what I was feeling. So after, the whole hospital thing, and getting home, and trying to get whatever was normal in my life, I decided that I needed to go on daily walks. I had to move my body. I had to refresh with oxygen, and the sun is so essential. So if we just maybe think of pulling in the 4 earth elements, you know, water, earth, fire, the air, those things are there for us to pull into our bodies and heal us. So what I now do, because, you know, trauma happens, and where does it go? It just exists. You know, how do we release it from childhood, or, you know, all these things in life? How do we let it go? It's too easy to just say, oh, okay, it's not there, because it'll come back. So we have to flip it. We have to transmute it into something beautiful and joyful, because we have that power. We choose how we think about things. Though they happen to us, through us, around us, for us, we can flip it through us, around us, for us. And so now when I go on my walks, I just, and this is new to me, I never did this before, but I just thought one day, I'm just gonna go hug a tree. I don't care. I'm just gonna see what it's like. And so I approached the tree in honor. Hello, beautiful tree. You're so magical. Your life source is so amazing, because look at all the elements, you know, their branches get cut off, and through, you know, elements, they lose their branches, and then they heal, and they have these scars just like us. And I started seeing that the trees can almost say, I'm just like you. So I go to the tree in honor, in peace, and I acknowledge the roots within, because the trees around connect to each other. So Mother Gaia is there with you. It's in that tree. And I just, part of it in all of these things we're sharing is feeling, tasting, experiencing, being in that moment through all elements, not being us out of it, but being in it. I am one with that tree. And I put my arms around, and I visualize the energy coming from the roots up through my feet, up through my legs, up through my chakras, even to my higher self, because our higher self is there. We just have to acknowledge them. And so feel that energy, and then ask it for what you need. I'm so tired today. Please give me some energy. Please share your energy with me. I'm so down. I want to give up. I don't know what to do about such and such. Please help guide me. We can call in our angels. We can call in our higher self, but then we're connecting to the earth with that. And just be at peace, and you will feel the heartbeat of that tree, because it is alive, and it is Mother Gaia interacting. You are one with her. And then I just envision holding it, you know, take some deep breaths. And then I give thanks. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful energy. Help me now pass that out, pass that forward. And then you'll give a big hug. And with me, as I step back, I am floating. I just am filled with that beauty, that earth energy. And the things that I approached that tree with, they're now transmuted. They don't exist the way they did before I came and touched that tree and shared and became one. So that's just my experiences. But then you can take that energy that you're gonna feel, because I just float. I'm full of light, and I gotta release it somehow. So you can picture a ball of light and love, and it's just put your hands out, feel it, touch it, experience, put your hands out. Be that moment. Don't just sit there and think of it. Feel it. I've got this ball in my hands, and it's expanding, and it's expanding, and it's glowing in light. And then I just burst it out. I burst it to the people I love that need it from me, because I'm filled with light now, and I am now passing it to those that I love. You can pass healing, you can pass joy, and it's really magical. So I hope that's something you can all try, because it's a beautiful thing to be one with the earth. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Tess. Thank you, Julie. Appreciate what you've shared so much. I've shared quite often in videos, so I'll only just recap very, very quickly that one of the processes I do involves visualization. And I don't want to give negativity power. The days of the stranglehold of evil and negativity is going away. So I decided, and this was just my choice, I decided to visualize negativity that might be attached to me, bringing me down, in me, on me, or intended for me, being directed towards me. I just ask our loving creator, I bundle it up like a dandelion fluff, and I ask our loving creator to just accept it, take it from me. I'm sending it to you, and I'm asking that it be transmuted, permanent, purified, and transmuted and used in the best possible positive way moving forward. And then I picture with that little bit of negativity, or sometimes it's not a little bit, gone and gone forever, that it's helping with the ascension process for our world. So I just visualize that. And as I visualize that, I even do a little, I hold it, I blow it. And as those little particles of dandelion head towards this bright, beautiful light, they start to sparkle in just a beautiful way. And then they get absorbed into the light, and they're part of it forever. So none of them escape. They go that way. So as you can see, there's lots of ways to transmute energy. And realizing that you can find a way that works for you and utilize it and improve every aspect of your life is really powerful. And I thank you for taking a few minutes of your time and allowing us to share that with you, some of those ways. And there are more. Find one that works for you or more. That's it from me, and love, light, and everything bright.